The real question is it food or is it foe? In a world that is completely focused on efficiency, the seemingly harmless convenience methods that go into food production mask a completely astonishing spectacle of health hazards that are silently affecting human health as a whole. As someone who is now beginning to buy her own food, I am completely struck by the deceptiveness in grocery stores on food labels and claims. According to an article done by the New York Times, it states that more than telling you what's in the food, labels on the front are mostly aimed at getting you to buy the product. This shows that reinforcement images are being implemented on products to mask the hidden GMOs or other natural ingredients. It is so important to find reasonable ways to save the average person from falling for the label and unnatural ingredient trap that can benefit the population as a whole through knowledge. Through a use of public awareness and education within schools, a creation of informational pamphlets to be put in places like doctors' offices and schools, and even partnerships with influencers to encourage people to buy healthier products can completely help benefit this issue. The issue with the average person falling for the low-carb option and thinking that they are being healthier is really damaging them by having an excessive amount of artificial ingredients that are causing them to feel sick and have trouble functioning. The body is meant to consume whole natural foods and has difficulty processing these unnatural additives. On a label that reads low sugar, there are typically sugar alcohols or fructose and sucralose that are used to maintain and enhance flavor, but are really causing people to feel sick and have internal inflammation. Unfortunately, these people are allowing deception to get the best of them because they are unaware of the dangers of said additives. In middle school, every student is required to have some sort of health class implemented into their curriculum. The idea of healthy eating is highly brushed over and not emphasized nearly enough. In an article published by the University of California Press, it shares that locally in Greensboro, the Education Center of Greensboro launched something called Lunchbox Lessons, which strive to educate students on where food comes from and considering the processes that determine whether or not the given food has gone through too many alterations that cause it to be very chemically based and potentially unsafe to eat. Allowing students access at such a young age to understand the dangers of food processing, a healthy fear against GMOs and bioengineered ingredients can be creative to allow students to understand what is safe to eat and what's not safe to eat. In an interview with health professional Meredith Clifton, she shares that she is always telling her patients that checking food labels is incredibly important. Oftentimes, when her patients complain of stomachache, she discusses the vitality of flushing out the processed foods with fruits, vegetables, and lots of water. Her claim reinforces that an absence of nutrition can damage someone's physical, internal, and mental health because the human body is not meant to digest these chemically based items. Furthermore, they are proven to be unsustainable and sickening. Allowing children to understand where their food comes from is vital in terms of helping them perform at their top potential and practice healthy eating habits such as choosing the applesauce over the bag of Doritos. Although hearing verbal advice from someone is great, having a hard copy document that can be referenced over and over again is a way to remind someone of their goals. Another great plan that ties into education is creating pamphlets and placing them in the waiting rooms of doctors' offices, in magazines, or on large colorful signs that could be around the medical or educational building. A figure that could be beneficial in a health class could be showing the truth behind the farm to fork message. It shows the fact that the food is coming from the farm to the fork, when in reality, something like milk is going from the cow to the production plant to be bottled, shipped to the store, then bought and taken home. A use of visual cues can draw a person's attention because a text-heavy document is a lot less fun and easy to read. Consumption of bioengineered food ingredients causes internal inflammation, which can lead to bloating, and even though preservatives make food taste good and last longer, there are many repercussions such as that. Implementing such knowledge in a pamphlet or on a sign will catch someone's attention because of the natural human desire to appear healthy and slender. Understanding the difference between fat and inflammation is beneficial in helping someone take the first initiative in altering to a healthier diet. In these pamphlets, it is important to make a section that shows the reinforcement image foe, because images are often created to be funny or cute and cause someone to make a split decision before taking a moment to read the skeptical ingredients that may be hiding at the bottom of the label. Furthermore, a worry about price points is an easy fix because of the cheaper stores like Walmart or local markets. All in all, an educational pamphlet with limited yet eye-opening information will turn many heads and cause a desire to find a better way to achieve a healthy diet and hopefully reduce inflammation and fatigue levels that have stemmed from an innocence when buying food. With the booming technology use, social media education is the best way to go in terms of persuading people to change their bad habits. An influencer could create a video promoting a local brand that shows them spending their lazy Sunday practicing meal preparation to prevent the hustle on a short work break to the McDonald's drive-thru. A common cause of depression can be a poor diet and cause someone to feel sluggish, lazy, and keep them from being able to perform daily tasks in a proper manner. In an interview with an anonymous college student, she shares that she's very wary with what she buys and consumes. Furthermore, she finished by sharing her opinion on the way that Gen Alpha children are hitting their growth spurts early, and she thinks it could be from increased hormones and processed food on the shelves. This ties into many influencers who have also used their platform to spread awareness to their audiences, which include young teenagers and even moms who are struggling to find a good diet from their children. An alarming study shows that individuals in the highest quartile of ultra-processed food intake had a higher chance of all-cause mortality by 31%. These alarming statistics need to be known, as food intake is causing fatalities across the United States. Many argue that someone's health is already at such a decline and it could be a lost cause, and not everybody's going to make the difficult decision because it might be too hard to change their lifestyle. In order to assist in finding a proper solution, influencers can give proceeds to health-related associations and other organizations that work to combat these health issues. Because there are millions of people that are affected by thousands of companies that use processed ingredients in their product, the reward is ultimately being able to function at top potential and reduce inflammation in the body that's causing thousands to feel physically sick or self-conscious because of their bloating that comes from an unnatural diet. Overall, there is no overnight solution to combat all processed food consumption or production, and it takes time, but there are countless ways to take initiative and start being more wary when grocery shopping. The benefit of such issue is that anyone can start whenever they decide, and even though it is a huge commitment that requires lots of time management and dedication, it is a lot like riding a bike. The more someone practices, the easier it becomes. The healthier someone eats and the more they implement meal prepping or research into their days, the easier it will be to avoid those McDonald's runs. Listening to the influencer, reading the informational pamphlet, and if applicable, encouraging one's kids to take into account the information from health class and reflect on all the benefits. These solutions will all help America just be a little bit more cleaner and cause people to feel a lot more energetic and healthy. By eating whole foods and encouraging others to do the same, lifespan rates will go up and people will start feeling a lot better in both a physical and mental sense when they're looking in the mirror and seeing that their inflammation has improved.